Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, Adi 3000. And this is episode 77. That was awesome, first of all. I don't even know what episode we were on because...
I thought it was 78, though.
Because you did 75 and 76.
Yeah, those were good little cuts I had. Suddenless slang.
So this is episode 77. I'm joined with our boy Hav and Spitz. I'm very excited. Guys, can you guys do like your names? Like you're in your own little... I'm gonna say, and I'm here with...
Hav?
No. See, okay, we're gonna work on that, guys.
You know when I went back to it.
No, I know. Yeah, because I don't know. I guess it's because I'm so like crazy with like. And this is your girl Audi 3000, and you know I was thinking of doing a an Audi 3000 challenge. You're the one who mentioned of doing that.
Oh yeah.
And I've always thought that was a really funny idea because one of
What will be the
it's like the
you,
best
the best one who
like,
does. It's your girl Audi 3000, and this is episode.
Yeah.
You know who does it?
Imagine a lot of males will be participating.
Exactly.
Yo, you swear I got hoes. I don't. So how was everybody's week?
It was good. I guess to say, it was good. I thought about this earlier today. What I was gonna say, I'm just looking for balance. Like that's what I'm really looking for, and I feel like that's been my theme this week. I'll be doing that sometimes with my weeks, kind of giving like each little theme, and I feel like it's just like a little bit of balance. So yeah, that's my thing.
I like balance.
Piggyback off of that because I'm pretty much just trying to do the same thing.
Hey,
it's kind of crazy. Like I was just trying to like just get everything in order so I can start planning for the future. Because if you don't have like if your present, is not in order, then you can't do nothing. For the future. So make sure all of that is in line, and this week was pretty dope.
For me, it was I would say not balance. Well, I'm always searching for balance. That's one of the reasons why I will relax and be chill as fuck on a Saturday, and then go to brunch on Sunday, and then go day partying, and like to me that's balance. And then also like the working and the playing and I try to have a balance on that a lot. For me, it was more about time and managing my time. And one of the things that did happen this week was, we're in Mercury retrograde. We talked about this last week. But we also had...
We still there?
Bro, I told you till the end of the month.
Damn.
That shit don't stop.
No, we're still in Mercury retrograde. Like, shit is real.
That explain some bullshit that happened, what I'm saying, as well this week too. So.
Well, yeah. So my thing was that on Sunday we went to sleep. We shot the video. Shout out to the video for First Class.
Hey,
Shout out to Ishi, Yans, Evelyn.
Y'all the MVPs, for real.
Yes. Oh my God, they came through. Shout out to Nicole.
Shout out to Nicole, for sure. That's my dog. And then shout out to Evelyn. Shout out to Precious, who also pulled up, and the girls are in the videos. Shout out to both of them riding with us and sticking with all the shenanigans. For real. You the real MVPs too, yeah. And then we got the behind the scenes that we working on. Appreciate Audie shooting that shit for us while we was there. And then what I was gonna say is shout out to Ish. And Yans, I don't know what we said. Yeah. And
yes.
Yans,
it's always nice to work with them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We were talking about that earlier, yeah. It just works.
That's I was speaking on like pretty much I was telling Precious, shout out to Precious. I was explaining to her like just watch them, how they work together, and like Yans with her ideas and stuff, and like, oh, come here with this angle here and stuff, like they're great.
They're great together, yeah.
Their
and
energy.
So we should be, because remember we told you guys last week, we're still doing the every WTW Saturday. Oh, welcome guys, happy Saturday. Shout out to our YouTube subscribers. Shout out to Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is that you listen to us. Shout out to you. Thank you if you're listening to us on Saturday while you're cleaning or while you're getting ready. Shout out to you. Shout out to you if you're listening to us on Sunday.
Yeah. Shout out to all the new listeners too. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, and if it's your first time here, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. That way you get notified each and every single time that we drop a new podcast, a new song, and a new video. So make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. You can follow these fools you guys are so funny. The viewers are just seeing me go like back and forth between you two, but like head in the game. But yeah, and then if you want to get all things WTW, you can always head on over to our website, which is WTWrecords.com. You can get a shirt like Hobbs, a shirt like Spitz. You can get stickers,
merch.
I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Annie & Co. Candles, with the best fucking candles. They're coconut oil.
Bro, it smells like some bitches is about to come through.
This dude. I mean, bitches live here, so Queens
here. Yeah.
Okay,
Excuse me. Yeah.
So because I did want to explain a little bit about my week because it was a little crazy. So my sleeping schedule was horrible. One day I slept 3 hours. The next day I slept 13 hours, and then I woke up, worked out, got ready, went to work, did a full day. Like, it was crazy. So mine was about time management. Okay, so I excuse me, I have an app called CoStar. I've talked about the pattern here as well. And with those apps, it kind of like tells you about your sign and like what's going on in Mercury retrograde. So it kind of like tells you certain things to pay attention to. And that's something that I noticed, and reasons why I'm able to even have certain conversations now, like, like without feeling like it's gonna mess up how I feel, because right now I'm going through a reevaluation situation in my life, and then it has to take me understanding that I need to manage my time better and to block my time so that way I can get a 45-minute nap if I need to right before I go out, so that way I can go and have some full energy. Because I had dinner with Danny. Remember Danny from the Bonita Project?
Thanks,
she was one of our guests in New York.
Yeah, shout out to episode
74. Was it? Yeah, 70.
Wow.
Could have been 73.
Yeah, it was 72, 73.
Yeah, it was definitely 73. So she was down here for one of the cosmetic lines that she works. She's at the PR. Her agency is the agency behind the PR. And so, yeah. I got to see her. I got to see some girls from high school. So that was cool. So it was kind of like took me back to a time that was 13 years ago, which is something else that I read on the app. It's crazy how much this app knows. You guys should just definitely download it. If anybody knows the app that I'm talking about, like, make sure that you drop a comment or something like that. I wanted to give a shout out to Vante NYC, who he started the Lyrical Flexercise, and it's really dope.
Extremely dope.
Yeah, and it's so dope because John Fifth got on. So he's going to be on the Lyrical Flexercise. And then Rady, who was on episode 72, is also on it. So it's really cool to have.
What is it?
It's like a freestyle.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So so Vante, he's our homeboy from
Shout
New
out
York.
To the Bronx natives.
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn. He's Brooklyn.
I'm talking about John Fifth and Ray. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he started this new show. It's like, I think he's gonna be doing it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So on Instagram TV.
Yeah, it's gonna live on Instagram TV.
Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty dope. And so I told John Fifth about it, and so John Fifth is gonna be on it. Rady is on it as well. I saw it on their story. I saw Rady's story, and it's cool because it's like all of these people have been on the show. So, and they're like all together in New York. It's crazy.
See what the Ambition Hour does, people?
That is crazy to me.
See what it does.
And also, so I wanted to give, so the thing about like some of the artists that we've had recently, a lot of them are working. So, and they're good. It's good because they're working together. So Rady just dropped all of her music, 90% of her music on Apple and Spotify and all that stuff. Shout out to her. Make sure that you guys, she sings and raps. Like, beautiful voice. She does covers on her Instagram and all of that good stuff. And John Fifth and G Da Vinci, who were on a couple episodes ago. Well, they're dropping their project, Vice City. They dropped a song last week, and they dropped 2 songs today. One is Energy, and the other one
Repeat?
On repeat.
On repeat.
Both of them are good.
Yeah.
I started my day off with those 2 new songs because I woke up like around 6 o'clock. I was like, "Oh, there's new music," and I was like, "Let me start first with with John Fifth and G Da Vinci because I don't know, I just fuck with them real hard." Shout out to John Fifth.
Shout out to John Fifth. Shout out to G Da Vinci as well. Yeah, man, for being on and being one of the people that did the freestyles. We're thinking about bringing that back too, so it's gonna be cool.
Big facts, bring that freestyle
back. Yeah. Yeah, and if you guys want to come on the Ambition Hour, come on.
Drop a freestyle. Hashtag, the Ambition Hour freestyle. And get reposted,
I'm about to drop. Yo, I swear one day I'm going to fucking rap.
We're going to write you one after this episode.
No, you don't. You're
going to rap?
I am.
Rap, homie.
Facts.
You rap.
And she rap. She be knowing like bars.
Got bars.
I understand, but there's times that like it doesn't register like that. To me, it's just like I'm just speaking my truth. And I know that's what rappers do at the end of the day, so it's not like I'm doing anything different. I'm just freestyling it like crazy. So, Javier, you work. You work in an office, right? Yeah,
that's correct.
Do you know because there's like a certain email etiquette that goes on with offices, right? And so this one guy was sending Tupac like phrases and stuff to his coworker.
I read this.
Did you read this? Because I thought this was amazing. But did you read the entire thing? Because I don't feel like the internet really read it because they had a lot of jokes about it and they thought that he was like saying some gangster shit in the email, but he was just like, I have to read it. But what is it that you read?
I just
you read other people's tweets.
Of course.
You didn't read it. You see, it's my
starting with Jarrell. I mean, starting with Spitz. They didn't read it.
You don't even gotta read it.
Yeah, for real.
This article.
We came here for the shits. Yeah, we came here for the shits. What the fuck? We came here to get informed to Twitter. What? Come on, guys.
Dog. Okay, so but I'm like, okay, I always say that it's my journalistic duty to really read this shit because I can't just be coming on here like talking mad crazy like going off of people's Twitter. I could never because people are stupid. Bro. People are stupid. Not our listeners though. Shout out to y'all. So it's Iowa DHS director oust from job after showing love for Tupac in mass email. So Jerry Foxhoven, the director of Iowa's Department of Human Services, was told to resign after emailing an understandably celebratory email centered on his appreciation for Tupac to an estimated 4,300 employees. That's the takeaway from a new Associated Press report, which notes that Foxhoven was an outspoken fan of the late Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee throughout his 2-year tenure. So, exactly. So people are using keep your head up as for him to keep his head up and continue. I guess this is a positive thing. And you know who's one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter? Jamel Hill. She is so fucking hilarious. And yeah, because she talks about different things. She tweets about different things. And she has her own podcast as well, so I know she just goes the fuck off on there. So shout out to that. As the governor said, a lot of factors contributed to the resignation of Jerry Foxhoven, and now Governor Reynolds is looking forward to taking DHS in a new direction. So where is it that this man says he said roughly 350 pages of emails that contain either Tupac or Tupac are cited in the it's Tupac and then Tupac.
I got it. Yeah. But at first I was like, what? But I was like,
because
keywords, right? Yeah. Two different tags.
And so he says are cited in the report as the words of praise from employees who enjoyed. People were liking these emails. Somebody was hating hard.
He was creating culture.
Somebody was a hater.
I'm a 66-year-old white guy from the Midwest who likes rap music, who likes Tupac with that same energy. Foxhaven said per NPR, I always try to assume the best of everybody, and I can't imagine that the governor would base her decision on the Tupac incident. If this is the reason, I'm really disappointed. Bro, I couldn't read that last part because he okay, so he had to like resign from his position pretty much, or I think like like they told him to like step down from his position.
They said, buddy, we're going to fire you or you can quit.
Yeah, and then...
Now, how you want to play this?
And then, so then people are saying it's because of the emails, because he sent one and then, you know, like... Damn, but, like, and then, so I also went into finding out that he at one point, if I'm not mistaken... I like his job or something. He had like Tupac Fridays where he would like play Tupac.
This nigga's serious.
Yo, I had who I was just like, and then if you guys see his picture, like, look at him.
What? Oh my god.
Nah, yeah, bruh. Yeah.
Jerry Fox.
Jerry Foxhoven.
Hoven. Y'all could just see that. Okay, so, but wait, hold on. Because there's some Tupac. Because Tupac, alright, this is the same guy who wrote Dear Mama and the same guy who wrote Hit 'Em Up. So, like, there's very motivational shit. Like, this, I can see, like, oh, they can work in a professional place.
What
you know
was
what I
in
mean?
the email?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
This ain't first off, fuck your bitch.
What was
Yeah,
in the email?
Okay,
give us some bars. Yeah,
Get some bars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Get
what
some
bars was he using?
Oh, okay. So this is where I literally skipped the cheese. I was so excited that I skipped the cheese. So here's the cheese. Foxhoven was told to vacate his position on the next workday after he sent an email telling workers to mark Tupac's then impending birth. Oh, wait, I gotta read. Do you guys hear this?
Damn.
He said, after he sent an email telling workers to mark Tupac's then impending birthday last month with some catalog spins. So he's basically like, yo, y'all gotta play my dog shit. His birthday coming up. I need those streams up. That email, according to the AP report, included a photo of Tupac smiling and the inspirational quote, "Pay no mind to those who talk behind your back. It simply means that you are 2 steps ahead."
Bars.
Drop mic. Can I get a bomb?
Bars. Bars.
Damn. No, well, jeez. This fool was a Tupac Jehovah Witness.
Yeah. Yo, he was at your front door. Like, I'm knocking at your front door.
Blasting. I already know what fucking interview you're talking about. God damn. But
You know what's funny is that I have my boss. He is like this old white Jewish man. I love him. Oh my god, I love him. He is such a sweet man. But he's always asking me who Biggie is because I have a picture of Biggie on my wallpaper. Well, not anymore, but where I used to sit before when I was a peasant.
oh my god. You hear the rest?
I done moved on up. Got my own spot.
My office got a view now. I ain't in the cubicles with y'all.
It's a motherfucking mango tree, but we here, bitch.
I'm
like,
saying,
okay. Moving on to bigger and better things, whatever. So, and so he pretty much, like, he would ask me, he'd be like, oh, who, like, he'll either say that that's one of our customers, or he'll ask, like, who is that? And I told him, and then, so he's just like, oh, I have to, like, take a listen, and I'm just like, yo, imagine my boss listening to, like, some Biggie.
Right now to some
Well,
Biggie.
now I feel like he can just send shit in emails. It's his company.
Facts. Like, why can't he, like,
Drop bars.
hit him with, like, you know, sky's the limit.
Yo, I mean, that's, well...
You know?
I don't remember what mine says. Oh yeah, mine says don't make moves if your heart isn't in it.
Isn't in it. Damn, but this made me think also, like, yo, 10 years fast forward, there's gonna be a man who's gonna do this for XXXTentacion.
This is
What do you mean?
This is no lie, people.
That same way.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
It's gonna be a kid
there's
working
gonna
in
be
the
a kid-
cubicles, you know,
working
like
his way up in the company.
20 years from now, whatever.
Yo,
You know what I'm
X this,
saying?
X that. Even
Yeah.
though X probably has this controversy and maybe be like, what is it, like, it's something you shouldn't say, but I don't know.
Who? X?
Just because he got that.
I mean, you know, Tupac had the same thing too.
I mean, true that.
I mean, look, I love
True
Tupac. Don't bash me. I'm just, you know, we
Correct.
speak facts here.
for real, man. Okay.
And this is it's speaking.
So yeah, so I see it like in such a beautiful way, but yeah, that's basically it. Cause like, damn, this was just like a big ass Tupac. Probably this affected him. You know what I mean? Like we weren't around when Pac was alive, and he still impacted our generation.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's all that mattered. Yeah.
Well, you guys were like younger. You know what I mean? So like, you guys didn't really probably put 2 and 2 together, or were that big on Pac.
Well, when I found out,
because you was 10. You were 10 when.
Yeah, like when I found out, I was just like, yo, he's not dead. Because
exactly-
he
You think
got
he's
shot
Cuba
earlier. Yeah,
He got shot earlier.
no,
that year.
he got shot earlier. Like and he
Oh.
survived.
Yeah, like Pac
So
ain't died.
yeah, so like when I like dead ass, like as a kid, like I thought like,
Damn.
you know, he's not dead.
You know, that's how I felt about Nipsey when he passed. When like he told me, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? It was crazy. Not to bring that up and like kind of like bring that, but that's something that I did feel when that happened. Also, when Aaliyah passed away, and then like I remember watching the documentaries that they would have of her death so many fucking times because I still didn't believe it. Like, why did I put myself through that? Like,
I don't
the behind the music of Aaliyah.
I think. All right, like
homies is going through it without Aaliyah.
With Aaliyah, me personally, like, I a lot of them, like when they died, I didn't have no real like affection. You know, it didn't really affect me like that. The only person that like I was like, damn, they died, Michael Jackson. That was a tough one. But as far as like as like the hip hop like world and stuff like that, like yeah, Nipsey was up there only because of like not because of like I mean a couple of songs like I said, Dedication, like I love that song. He did that song with Kendrick Lamar. Like they talked about a lot of
my favorite songs.
They talked about a lot of empowering things.
Yeah, especially with like what we was doing during that time though when that album came out and he was like, oh
shit.
Well, yeah, because y'all put me onto that.
Live, yeah.
Y'all put me onto that and like
this is dedication, man. Fuck yeah.
And I remember like hearing like interviews of him saying that he was the one who was singing and that he like been practicing for that and yeah. Okay. So
R.I.P. to everybody that we just mentioned.
Yeah, R.I.P. to everybody. But shout out to that man. Hopefully he finds a better job. Like fuck who if they can accept me for the bars that I drop, like I gotta go.
Get him a job at Machiavelli Clothing.
I mean
wait, does that still exist?
He's viral now. He's viral now, so he's
it's
good.
Different when you come into the building and you're viral now. That's also a fact. Yeah, it's like an interview.
Insane.
So what happened to your last interview?
Okay,
well,
I didn't want to talk about this way too much, but this Ice Bay situation, what's going on? Do you not know what the Ice Bay is? The girl who works at the I guess where all of the people that are
and ISIS
detained. Yeah.
Oh, ISIS. Is that what it's called?
It's not ISIS.
ISIS.
Oh,
did I say it right?
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
What do I think about Homegirl? She's looking good.
I think,
bro, listen.
That's all I gotta say. I see where they took a picture,
she looked good.
She looked good.
No, it was because she was like on the side.
The whole thing is like, oh, you're Latin, and then you're putting Latin kids away or immigrants away, basically.
Is that what's going on?
That's basically what they're basically trying to get at her like that, and it's like, this is a job, you know what I mean? Like, is it like, okay, so you don't go to an officer, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, like it's like, oh, what? You're just taking him because you know, or like you hate your own kind, so you're freaking taking him, you know? Like, I don't know. I just think it's
black officers.
There's white officers too, you know what I mean? There's Latins, you know what I mean? They're like who don't trust or like, you know, just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this fucking guy to jail and fuck up their night.
Yeah, but one would agree that, well, maybe not one would agree. Somebody would say, okay, but like you're kind of like contradicting who you are as like a Latina woman. Like you're a Latina woman, you're supposed to not be there, or you're supposed to be on the opposite end of trying to make it stop. So that's what some people like. People are feeling like she's betraying her culture, like she's betraying like who she is as a Latina, that she doesn't deserve. Like that's what I've been seeing. Of course, I saw this on Twitter.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And cause like, and then they say, oh, but there's like a whole bunch of like, you know, and then cause I guess like they're sexualizing her.
Yeah.
And that's something that we tend to do as a society, no matter what.
That was the first thing I did.
Take a few steps back, Hop. That was the very first thing. And then you know what? That brings up the conversation that we were having earlier about how somebody said something in the group chat, and if a man would have said the same thing, it wouldn't be the same.
Transition queen?
I mean, I does this.
Facts. This is the host, goddammit. Yeah, we were talking about that and just saying like, yeah, that Yeah. Oh, well, keep on going. My bad.
Well, no, because I want to. Can you elaborate more? Because I know this was something that you brought up that now I feel like is good.
Yeah. So like basically what happened.
I don't want to talk about that girl.
I just don't like it that they're singling out. I don't like that. It's almost like bullying. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you're just gonna zoom in. Like it's just like you're just gonna zoom in and just go bash someone. I just think it's a little harsh, but
she's viral.
She is viral. Then they're like, you're doing a good job. They might move her up, but yeah, like it's just different. It's different circumstances. You know, all of us know about the double standards with sexes. Like that's nothing new. That should be common knowledge. If not, fucking walk outside, open Twitter up or something. But yeah, basically like a female sent 2 pictures of 2 dudes. You know, muscular and whatever, and then basically someone responded with like, oh, I'll take both of them. You know, so and then I'll take both.
Fuck
of
the head,
yeah,
fuck the head.
Yeah. I'll take them both. From the head down, basically. So then one of my girls was like, "Yo, if I said some shit like that, like it would have been fucking World War III." You know what I mean? Or like,
it's the truth.
Or if a male, the male,
even if he didn't put 2 girls like that or over sexual like them, but it was a girl and it was like right or left. Mm-hmm. That still would, like even that to tone it down, like that's still inappropriate. You know what I mean? And it's just like a thing, it's always like a balance. It's a game that we all play, right? Because it's the same, and life is a contradiction.
Yeah.
So like, because in the same breath, we're like, oh, no, I believe in equality and all this, but then sometimes you're like, wait a minute. There's not enough male representation, or like, wait, like if that was a male saying it, you know what I mean? Or in any
it's
way.
Not a. I mean, it's really. I get what you're saying. It's the same thing like earlier. How she was like, excuse me, like she's sorry.
Now you guys hear me.
Maybe get closer.
Now you can hear me. Like how she said earlier, she's like, oh, there's bitches living in this house. And they're like, no, it's Queens. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't mean, like she doesn't mean,
I mean,
that.
me and my homegirl at work call each other bitch all fucking day.
Yeah, but that is a term of endearment. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, like you can't call me bitch.
So right, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, oh, ouch. No, but you kind of get me where I'm going. Off the cliff I go. But you kind of get me where I'm going though.
Yeah.
Like so you can't really like just try to pinpoint certain things that people are saying. You know what I'm saying? Like and take it to that point because I mean I just said it to say it or whatnot.
Yeah.
So
half the time we're probably bullshitting or making like a joke, like making conversation.
Cause I mean I like, but I would go to the point where it's always like I don't know, man. We male, so I guess we gotta take it. You feel me? Yeah. We just can't say that woman has big. We just can't do it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think like right. I think this is a bigger thing. And my bad. I might be going off the rails here.
Go off.
I think that it's also a problem with all of us. Oh my god, I think I lost it. Fuck.
My fault. I know you.
No. So everybody's a fucking an justice soldier. You know what I mean? Like any injustice, they're fucking injustice soldier, justice warriors, what they call them basically. You know, so like everybody in society at today in today's range is always looking at something like, is that wrong? What about that? Is that wrong? And all that stuff. Right. You know, like it's even like jokes from the past. You know, in other movies. Like Aziz Ansari said this in his stand up. Like he saw like old episodes or whatever like that. He's like, that wasn't a great joke. It's kind of a little sexual, like content, like there's a little sexual, like a little sexual, like or a little inappropriate, or like certain shit you wouldn't say, or like jokes that worked in 2002, like faggot. You know what I mean? And, whoa, sorry that I went there, but like like that word was on a was on a track.
Spitz just saw Kanye on the soundboard, and that's all he's just like Kanye.
That's the only button he really knows.
Hey, any Kanye fan page is Spitz.
It's Spitz, yeah. It's
I run
Kanye has
them all.
I mean, Spitz has all the archives.
Yeah, so I just think like all of us, like everybody out in world is just trying to out woke each other. You know what I mean?
Oh, man,
it's just like
people. Did you hear what he said?
No.
Oh my god.
We need that message.
Yeah, that's what we needed right there.
Shout
Outwoke
out to
each
NWO.
other.
That's
Man.
y'all tag.
Oh my
So something that I tweeted I tweeted this July 10th. And I said, don't let this era of women empowerment be the era when we continue to damage our men. We need to empower them too.
Yeah.
So something that I'm noticing is that, I'm very big on women empowerment, and I am very big on just, pushing the next woman beside me. You know what I mean? Like, not forward, but beside me. So because we're all going together. That's one of the reasons why New York is a sponsor for the podcast, because I want her vision to be beside mine. I want us to come together so that way we're both moving forward together. And yeah, those candles are good. I feel good every time I light them on. But yeah, so I'm very big on that, but I also notice that, not that I find myself, but I notice that a lot of women in the same process, they are damaging men. They talk about women empowerment, but they're also rude as fuck to other women, and they're not even nice to their men. Like, a lot of women, this is what I see. I see it in relationships. I see it on social media. I see it on just in memes, and even in some podcasts. And I would just it just looks like you're out to really get the man, like a man, and that's something that, yeah, the men they have done what they have done for such a long time, but that doesn't mean that because we're trying to move forward as women and become stronger that we break down our men. Because at the end of the day, we're both here. We're both we're coexisting, and we can't coexist if we are ignoring each other, or if we are not understanding each other's love language or communication, or all of these different things. Because if you don't get down to that, then how do you expect for the human race to come and be empowered? So for me, that's what I see, and that's something that I really wanted to bring up, because I feel like that's something that happens. Because even you guys are very big into the women empowerment thing, and I appreciate that. But I would love,
go baby,
yeah,
go,
but
baby.
Go, baby, go. Run that mile, girl. Run that mile.
Speaking of miles, speaking of miles, your girl has been cutting time off of her miles. I've been doing this little challenge on Fridays that I try to run a mile as fast as I can, because a couple of years ago I was doing a mile under 7 minutes and 30 seconds. And the last time, the first time I tried, I was at 12 minutes and something, and then I went down to 11 or 10 or something like that. It was 10:55, and today I clocked in at 9:10.
Damn, congrats.
Thanks.
Damn.
And it was outside. Yeah. I don't know. These hoes ain't ready. And by hoes, I mean...
Oh, come on.
Do you think that's the most rewarding part of working out? Is it seeing the progression? Is it seeing the results? Is it the clear mind? Which one do you think is the best for you?
For me, since working out was a really big part of has been a very big part of my life, I would say, for the last 5 years, and it was something that was kind of taken away from me because of my own excuses. For me, it's oh shit, I thought that I was never gonna do this again. I remember thinking, I'm never gonna do this again. And I'm doing it 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and I'm doing a mile, and I'm doing 4, and I'm doing 3, or I'm doing what I need, and it's just pushing me more, and then I'm pushing my body more. So it's a lot of the things is just kind of damn, I thought I was never gonna do this again. So that's what I would say is the biggest thing for me. And then I've also started doing Weight Watchers. Just shout out to that. Because your girl
cut the check.
Yes, I mean, I'm not no DJ Khaled, but I'm gonna get results. I'm gonna get results. I didn't mean it that I didn't mean that he hasn't. I was saying that I'm not DJ Khaled. I don't have that stature, but Weight Watchers, listen.
Yeah, then again, you and him have different results, because I think you still want to he still like likes his size.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I like my size too.
So he's like watching to stay the.
He's
right
watching his weight to stay where it's at.
I feel him because with Weight Watchers you can.
I didn't really want to say it, but yeah, exactly.
But with Weight Watchers, you can actually like do that. Like
yeah,
you can
exactly,
eat what you want to eat as long as you're doing a certain amount of points. And then if you're working out, then you get another amount of points. So it's kind of like, oh shit, all right, cool, bet. Then I can just do this. It's very flexible. I really like it. I'm enjoying it. Feeling finer and finer as the days progress. And I've woken up 2 days in a row. Well, the first day was forced because I slept 13 hours and I was like, bitch, go do something. Like my back was hurting. You ever sleep so much that your back be hurting? Is that just me? Is that my old ass?
No, that's
everybody.
The reality.
It hasn't happened recently, but that's everybody.
I mean, that's because I usually try to do at least once a week where I get like that 13-hour solid.
For sure.
Hibernation?
Yeah, don't fucking don't talk to me. Don't wake me up.
Phone on do not disturb.
Phone was being charged, and it was crazy because I woke up to 18 text messages. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, that's what a group chat will do to your ass. Okay, so something that I want to bring up, and I always want to bring this side of hip hop up because I feel like it's not talked about enough, and I feel like there's a lot of people that are talking about it, and I feel like not enough women are talking about it. But my girl Jemele Hill did bring this up. That's why I said that it is very good to follow her because she was following up on another tweet and she said, I had a man explain to me that he doesn't listen to female rappers because he can't relate to what they're rapping about. But can most men relate to someone selling bricks, running trap houses, buying yachts and expensive cars, having women on call? She continues to say, I know rap is way more than that, but it's also providing a fantasy for people. So is relatability really an issue?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, alright, excuse me, not to knock, like, what the female movement is going on with rap and stuff like that. But if he's saying that he can't relate to what they're saying and stuff like that, you gotta kind of give it to him and understand that, like, maybe he doesn't listen to rappers that sell bricks and stuff like that. Maybe he does listen to rappers that do relate to him, you know, like music-wise and stuff like that. It's something that is, you know, we need to discuss this because we need to understand that, like, certain things shouldn't be taken too serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he said that's his, like, he doesn't listen to female rappers because he can't relate to them, all right, cool. You know, maybe, who knows, like, he'll hear a song that he likes, like, maybe a little bit of that song. He's like, oh, I like that song. You know, he can give her that respect for that song, you know, and something like that. But that doesn't mean, like, he's going to listen to that person and stuff like that because you don't listen to country music like that. You know, like, and a country person is not, like, out here advocating for me. I'm talking about myself. My fault. I apologize. Like, I don't listen to country music like that. And a country person is not advocating for me to listen to their music. And, you know what I'm saying, like, why don't you relate to country music? You know what I'm saying? And stuff like, you know, it's kind of something that could be, like,
that's getting
played
very technical.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying it's something that she's bringing up, something that like he can, like, flip that and basically break it down to that T how I just did it as well.
Okay, so let's say that he doesn't. For him, he doesn't listen to female rappers because they talk about pussy. That's not all they talk about, but they do talk in a very vulgar way, in the same way that a man would talk about his dick, about fucking girls, about, you know, hoes, like, you know what I mean, like the same in the same way. So, cuz that's what I think is what's going on with the conversation that she's having. That's what as a woman, that's how I see it. Because it's just like, okay, like, you don't see it as that way cuz to you you shared how you saw it.
Right.
So for me as a woman, the way that I see it is that, because when I listen to some of these female rappers that I do enjoy, that I love, because I feel that even though I'm not as promiscuous as the songs that they say, I really, really enjoy it. I mean, I grew up in Miami, like, like I grew up in Miami, that, that freak talk shit, like I've been listening to that since I've been listening to hip hop, like
Facts.
Big Pimpin', like, you know what I mean? Like this is what I was growing up on and listening to. So, you know what I mean? Like it's not going to change anything when I get older. And then there's the women talking this way, more women, because growing up, it was mainly Trina that I would hear, or like Kaya or Charlie Baltimore and Vita, like, these Eve, even Missy Elliott, just different female rappers that were talking about it. And now I feel like it's an overdrive, because we do have women that were strippers that are now rappers, so now what's going on is that female rappers are being categorized as that they used to be, strippers, or that all they're talking about is like, scamming dudes, or because dudes aren't scamming dudes. So how can they relate? So then she's bringing the whole thing about like, how is it that you can relate to someone talking about selling bricks, because you going to work every day, like how you relating to that? So like, like how do you see that? How is that different? Because even myself, like I like listening, like listen, Young Jeezy, what didn't he teach us in Thug Motivation 101? What did he not teach us there? And I was 101. And I was in high school. Like I knew nothing. I started smoking at 17. Like
I knew nothing.
I knew nothing.
I knew nothing.
I wanted to know it all though, because how long have I I've never said this on the show, but I've always wanted to be a drug dealer.
Damn, feds were just joking.
The feds are always listening to us anyway.
It used to. It's more than 5 years. May I add something to this?
Yeah.
No, it's all good if you guys want to talk about something else. But
go ahead.
No. Speak your shit.
Talk that shit, nigga. What the fuck?
Okay, so the same way how you assumed right now, well, like how you're getting a little deep into it, like how you're saying with the whole Young Jeezy thing, like what is saying that's the rap that he's listening to. He could be listening to like,
that's going on his point, yeah.
So going on that point, but really what I wanted to mention was, now is it his fault of his ignorance? He probably doesn't know that there's other female rappers that aren't talking about it in the same way, with different type of context or different type of, like a message. Like I think Rico Nasty, Rhapsody, Kamaya, all like at least those three, and just to name a few, they don't talk about that. You know what I mean? Like they don't talk about like with the scamming and shit like that, or popping pussy, or making your next twerk jam.
All right.
But so like like is it his fault he hasn't listened to them? Like no. So like it's just that same thing. Like someone gonna have that one awkward picture of you, and then now it's
everywhere. Something that I can add.
I understand where she's coming from, though. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what the fuck, because I'm on that page of like, yo, it's a girl. Like no matter what, like you can say it's good, but I'm on that same page too. Like, yo, that Nicki record is good, but that shit ain't on my iPod. You know what I mean? It's not on rotation.
Yeah,
it's not
for sure.
It's not on the playlist, but. Is it good music? Yes or no? You know what I mean? So I could identify it as a musician, just being like, no, that's a good song. You know what I mean? Like, that was good shit. All right. I got my shit off.
Thank you. But that brings up a thought that a conversation that I was having with the girls with Danny, and it was like 6 other girls, and so we were talking about how. Like what music does everybody listen to, or something like that? Like I said how like I liked hip hop, and so the conversation came up about how but there's like so many different genres of hip hop. Like like I don't really listen to hip hop, and they'll be like or I don't really listen to hip hop like that because there is so many different genres that it's just like. And then they bring up the emo and the mumble, and these are girls that did not grew up like that's like me, because those are the two that I don't like either. Like the emo and the mumble. Like emo, like I don't want you to cry, like I don't want to be, or like
bitch, I'm trying to be happy.
Yeah, like
my life is already depressing.
Yeah, like I'm either trying to hear like someone talk about fucking hoes, or like
how do you relate to that?
How do you relate to that? Man, I don't relate to that shit, but that shit is lit. That shit is making me shake my ass, and then I'm there. You know what I mean? Like, cause there's a time and a place for everything. For me, I listen to
more ass shaking in lyrics.
I mean, maybe not in cause you can have a song, like there's some songs that it just makes you feel so damn good that it makes you want to just move. Yeah. And it doesn't necessarily have to say, it doesn't necessarily have to say like, oh, shake that ass, titties, but we from Miami, so we're kind of used to that shit. But I mean, that's beside the point. I just feel like it goes back to this whole thing. It goes back to the whole, we're trying to empower women, we're trying to this, but then now we're pinpointing the things that men did bad in hip hop and using it to justify. You know what I mean? Like, so we're bringing up other people's wrongdoings so that we can justify. Like, racism, I used to, I used to do like, and it's just and it's just something that I'm seeing and something that is just like, bro, like, do you guys not see what's going on here? Do you not see what's going on here?
I didn't realize that. That's kind of why I kind of brought it up, to be like, well, why I gotta be a drug dealer, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think about like how you were saying it. I was just like, yo, well, why don't we think about this? What if he relates to whatever? You know what I'm saying? But like, we always gotta grab something, to put it down to bring something up. So if we're gonna like how you say, you got women out there that want to empower women, but then they out there, talking negatively to other women and being mean and stuff like that to other women. It's just like, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really like you can't really basically get mad at someone just because they have their certain ways about them and stuff like that. I mean, that guy, he doesn't know these artists like that he was talking about, which is the same thing with me. Like, I don't know those artists, but I'm not gonna say I don't listen to all female rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of why I'm looking at it like I on a sense of like, not mad at Jamil. I'm kind of just looking at it like, damn, like why does it have to be that or whatever?
Why does it have to be all of that?
What if he just doesn't like to listen to female rappers? You know what I'm saying? Like, one didn't catch him yet. I mean, my fault.
Like, one hasn't, exactly. That's my point. But I mean, we're all trying to outwork each other,
Yeah, I mean, that just it just goes back, and then because of course this all was around the whole Jermaine Dupri thing and like what he said. And
did you hear what Jermaine was saying?
Did he?
Nah, I didn't hear it. Well, I just seen how people were like I just seen how people were like tripping out on it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Carter, you pulling up the? Or...
I mean, I screenshotted a couple things because
he basically he went like harder in that direction. Like, he went more, right? Basically.
Well, what he basically did. Okay, so he went and he did an interview, and they asked him like, oh, there's a lot of female rappers right now, and you have Cardi, you have Meg Thee Stallion, you have like I remember those two, and she continues to say, oh, so like which one do you like? And he's just like, oh, like I don't really listen to female rappers like that. I just feel like they're all strippers that are rappers.
Damn. That's harsh.
That's pretty much what he said.
I thought he was more because at first, the source I thought I heard it from was to kind of say more like I thought he was more like on like, they're not the brat.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna like say some like like some Lauren, some Eve or some. I like because I'm not not to try to knock any female rapper now, but I'm just saying like I just think like that right there, what you just said, Yeah, that's ignorant. You just can't say that there, bro.
Yeah, because he basically just like doesn't love it.
So then,
music,
crazy.
So then, Jermaine, because this is what he tweeted, I'm assuming after the fact. He says, after all the calls, DMs, angry tweets, and other messages saying I am a major gatekeeper in the hip hop world, why don't I invest in a female who is out here hustling and making a name for herself? I decided to create the So Def female cipher. Details coming soon. So I only saw this post because I follow Black, and Black had retweeted this, and he said, women in hip hop don't need representation, approval from men. Your cipher sounds more reactive than proactive. If you don't have a fave artist that hits on the subjects you want to hear, you could solve that with a quick search and some support. Plus,
they came after him.
If they do want to talk about sex, they can. And so, yeah, so that's the thing. Men are like livid. This is like a subject that I can talk about all day. You guys have no idea.
We know.
Like,
we've been
this
talking
is
about
like
it for 2 hours.
One of my fucking favorite subjects, because it just, you can just uncover so much.
Yeah.
There's just so much that you can uncover, because at the end of the day, it's always going to be about all the sexes, no matter how much you try.
Yeah.
There's no way. And then that's another thing. Like, bro, I don't know. I don't know how to like fully explain it, because I see what Vontae is doing, and I'm like, yo, I know somebody that I can get on to your thing. That would be great. You know what I mean? Or tell the person like, yo, you need to go and do this freestyle because this dude is doing something and you should be a part of it too. You know what I mean? Like,
are we still talking about Jermaine Dupri or no?
No. I'm talking because now I'm speaking from my experience, because
She brought like a. It's like like a recall.
Yeah, she brought because I was just like, wait, hold on, Vontae, Jermaine Dupri. I was like, yo, Vontae, you're doing it big. Jermaine Dupri, you got in on it.
You're funny. No, because what I'm saying is, like, as a woman, Vontae is doing something that I like with the freestyling. Like, I wish that I can get 10 artists, because that's what he's doing. He has 10 artists that he's getting on to his own like Instagram series to do freestyles. That's hard. So when I find that out, and this is somebody who has been on my show, who we talked to, mm-hmm. Like, it's just like, once you're on the show, like, it doesn't matter. Like, bro, I have an hour of conversation with you. Like, it's different when it's like that. And so for me, to see a man do that, it's just like, why would I take it away from somebody else to get the opportunity to help him and in turn help each other?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just how I feel like it should always be. There should be a balance when it comes to that. Like you guys were saying, I feel like and then that's the thing that as a host, I've always like kind of like, I'm so big on women empowerment, but the majority of the guests that I've had are men. It's one of the funniest things ever. And it's because I feel that even though, yes, there's women that don't get enough representation, I feel the same for men. I feel like there's men that get put into a category that is just like all they talk about is drugs. They talk about this, they talk about women, so then people don't want to hear what they have to say. But then at the end of the day, when they come on the show and you hear the conversations that they have, they're just like y'all. You know what I mean? They're just like the people that are out there. And then it's also good. I've always felt that it's good because a female listener can see a dad, because we've had dads, we've had men who are married,
brothers.
Yeah, we've had brothers, we've had such a big dynamic. And of course there's going to come a time where there's going to be more women on the show, but that's just something that I always wanted to show, because I don't think that side is shown enough of men. I feel like they're just always put in like a category of like beasts. So yeah. Did you know that Drake is an executive producer for a show called Euphoria?
Really? Drake in that bag. Shout out to Drake.
Drake is doing very big things. I know you watch the show.
Yo, can I just say this? I'm so
with his buddy too.
Can I just say
Future?
Future.
I am so proud of Drake coming from, you know what I'm saying, like that whole like, no, I'm just saying the whole Pusha T thing, because dog, like, I listened to Drake when Drake like, you know what I'm saying, when Drake said this bar, he was like, this for me, you'll never get a response from me. Like, and Drake, I believed you, bro. You feel, I was with you. So like, you know what I'm saying, you went down a little bit, but where you at now, bro, like that's what you should have always did, like stayed in your lane and you know what I'm saying, keep making great music like you're always making, you know what I'm saying, like, and the success that you got right now is like, bruh, it's laughable what the fuck happened to you with that situation. like,
Spitz. You don't understand, because did you ever see the clip of when Nipsey when they did at the BET Awards? I'm sorry, I'm like, because I'm remembering something. No. No, when his family went up to go accept the humanitarian award that BET gifted him. Did you hear the story about how the mom was being like super not crazy? She was helping the dad with the microphone.
Yeah. Oh, I think I've seen that. I
need you to talk into the mic.
I think I've seen that. Oh, he's like.
Yeah,
I got it.
No, he said you do your thing.
Oh wait, okay.
Just do your thing.
Just do your thing. Just do your thing over there. That's what he told her. But yeah,
he's saying because you were talking a little like
closer into the mic. Guys, we have 3 mics now. We have a soundboard. We are moving the fuck up. We have soundproof panels up on that bitch ass.
Moving up.
Moving on up.
Bars.
Oh, my bad. Going with that note.
I mean, if I couldn't get my shit off last week, why should like anybody else?
Ooh.
What was your shit last
I thought it was
week?
gonna be a drop right there.
It was the oh baby, tell me what I gotta do to please you. Tell me anything you say, I'll do. Because you know what? Because I feel like I'm not singing it good, so I got shy. This is why we're not gonna go to the next level, because I get way too shy.
Come on, man.
Nah, you
good.
It's us.
It's us, baby.
It's us,
baby.
Somebody is listening. You know, it's at my job, I always get caught singing or harmonizing some shit, or like in random conversations, like I'll have with like some of my friends, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, what was that?" I'll be like, "What was what?"
You got the tune.
Just some bars. Just some shit Jigga said in 9-3.
You know, I'm very proud of myself because my homegirl, the one that I share, shout out to Chloe Money.
Hey, Chloe Money, that name.
Yes, that's I love her.
You get that branded.
Yeah, she's always kind of like letting me know really subtle how like, I guess like dope I am.
You always need that friend.
You know, like cause she tells me how like she'll tell her man about like an artist that I've told her about, or like she'll be like, oh yeah, I know, cause she told her man that she knew about Ari Lennox because of me, and then because I also like to listen to podcasts while we're at while we're at work, like. We're in an office for like 8 hours.
Oh, and
Claudia's like, you gonna listen to what I listen to.
It's not even that. She never cares.
Are y'all like facing each other, or y'all got like back? Yeah,
no, like she's like in the same area like where Hav is, right. And then like this is where my desk is, and that's where hers is further away, but it's like, you know, that's kind of how it is. So we're kind of like this. Our energy is like this, and we're really big on like positive energy and like maintaining a very positive attitude in the office. And on Monday we were both going through it, and and it was funny because we looked at each other later, and she was just like, "Man, this is what I get for being this way in the morning, because you know it's Monday." Bitches was tired. And then I go, damn, bitch, is you the toxic one today? And so like it's cool to share a space with somebody that you could talk to like that and kind of just be yourself with. And
thanks.
I feel like that's super important, especially if this is not like a job that you're trying to be at. And it was cool because she shared a vision that she had. She's just like, oh, like I'm gonna walk into my you're gonna be, because I was telling her how, like, because we don't plan to be there forever. Like we plan, because she, you know, my dog got her bachelor's degree, so she wants to move on up in life. And so she had the vision of like her going to her office and like her own office of her own business, and then turning on the podcast. Like, this is the ambition of our podcast.
Damn.
And then she's just like, and then you're gonna be doing your thing, because I always talk about our studio and headquarters. I let people know. I'll be like, yeah, I'm out here grinding for my 9 to 5, but guess what? One day it's gonna be, the studio and the headquarters. And the headquarters, bitch. We're going to the studio in the morning, and then we going to the headquarters after.
She got good energy.
Hey, listen. You have to, because this world is a contradiction. This world is a contradiction. We are all.
Yep.
We're all lost.
Like they say, the good guys finish last.
I'm bringing up the group chat, guys, because we have some questions that we had in there that we said we were going to discuss.
Let's do that damn thing. You guys make me feel like I should put like a little song here, like a little jingle something.
We get a little jingle.
School bells ring.
Hey.
Hey, we on the podcast and we singing. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't.
Oh, my bad.
It's because you were about to drop bars. He had to prep them.
Yeah, it was gonna kind of knock me off.
No, it was
knock me off for mine.
All right, so we're gonna have to do some practice.
I don't know where Jarrell's going. I'm looking at him for some insurance. Like, tell me where you're going with this. Buddy.
I think it's this pen.
You gotta put that thing down.
You know what? I'm gonna have to like give it up to the NWO podcast, because they're always singing songs on their podcast.
True that.
And I can't do it for the life of me.
Yeah, I can't keep. Yo,
they
that shit is fire.
They freestyle every single.
That shit was a bet.
Yeah,
that was a bet bar.
And then you know what's awesome?
No.
I found out what
that's
it meant.
Ben. My fault. That's Ben.
Ricky.
Wait, Ricky
Ricky
does that.
is the one who sings. Yes.
Okay. Ben does the beat.
Do you guys know what that is though? Like what
Creole.
he's saying? He's saying something in Creole.
I don't know.
He's saying like we're here. Like we out here type of thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like,
that's fire.
And then and it's cool because when I listen to the podcast, since my homegirl, she's Haitian, I'll be like, what he said. She'll tell me, or like what they said, and then it's funny because now I'm going on a tangent because.
Again, another shout out to NWO podcast.
No, it's because I be listening to them. I like listening to my friends. I listen. I need to catch up, honestly, because I had to catch up on another podcast, and then I discovered another podcast, and
be like that.
And so I definitely am going to binge on them for, I'm going to have a couple of episodes to listen to. I'm really excited. Okay, so back to the questions. But shout out to them. What was I going to say something else about that or no? No, I think that was it. Okay. All right. Spitz had a question. Okay, so should you feel bad for a person for going to jail for something they went viral for?
Should you feel bad for that person?
Yeah, for going to jail for something they went viral for. So an example would be the ice cream.
Yeah, you got the ice cream girl.
The cucumber.
You go to jail for that?
You can go. Are we just going to jail for the cucumber shit?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but that shit's nasty.
I think them motherfuckers going to jail too. They need to lock them up.
Spitz Loki has a cucumber sucking video on his phone.
Hell no, it's disgusting. What the fuck?
DM to him for sure.
Stop it. No, but
unsolicited.
Yeah, I think, yeah, man. I think your ass. I would not feel bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Like the people I feel bad for, not these people didn't go to jail. These people didn't go to jail, but like the person that caught that ball in the Marlins game.
Oh, Fenway?
At Fenway.
Oh, so you don't feel bad for them?
No. I feel bad for him for going viral.
Yeah, his
you know
whole
what I'm saying?
life changed.
And that's like viral before viral.
Yeah,
he went.
He was on newspaper viral.
Yeah, but you're talking. He didn't go to jail.
No.
Yeah.
I kind of said that. That I was like, I kind of these people didn't go to jail. Like
Oh, I can't see.
It's
that.
cool.
What does that say?
It's cool.
It's the bell.
It's the bell.
Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah, but yeah. So like people that's doing certain things to try to go viral and thinking
what
that
about
shit's
the
cool.
ice cream
I don't feel
thing?
bad for your ass.
You don't feel bad for them? I don't feel bad for them either.
I don't even eat ice cream, and I still say lock their ass up.
I mean, listen, the good Lord is the one who decides people's faith. And who am I to go against or even feeling bad? Because guess what? When I'm going through it, ain't nobody feeling bad for me. That's me. That's how I feel. Maybe it's very selfish because it's like I have no compassion. But at the end of the day, I have compassion if there are really bad, they're being treated bad. They're like, I don't think that the people who are going viral for, eating ice cream or like licking the ice cream and putting it back should be going to maybe a jail that there's fucking murderers in there. Like, it should be like it's levels to this thing.
I don't know.
There's levels to crime, baby.
I don't know. Like, I think you got to think about it like this. Like, what if this person got a disease? You got AIDS, or, you got a cold or some shit like that. Not a cold ain't that severe, but I'm just saying, I don't want no cold from your ass, motherfucker, for touching my food or like mishandling my shit. Like, I don't know, like, that's why it's illegal. So, it's not something they should be doing because they're young and stupid. Yeah, I did young and dumb shit when I was young.
Yeah, we just didn't put it online, but it's kind of similar to what Boot Gang did, like that Boot Gang dude or Book, whatever his name is, like him, like all that shit or any trouble or any recommendation that he gets for what the shit he do, like he should. You know what I mean? Like you should have been like Wendy's and fucking shit
rocked.
Oh well, no, I'm not talking. I'm not talking about that justice. I'm talking about. I'm talking about like just like if you got in trouble about like doing that shit in them stores, like for going viral or some shit. Like you should. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Or you're pulling up. You're pulling up to Wendy's. You know what I mean? Like like I think I seen this shit or like Denny's or IHOP, and you're like, yo. I smoke anywhere. Then you like the spliff. Like, yo, they should call the cops on your dumbass for doing some dumb shit like that, trying to be cool. Yeah. So, I mean, if you get away with it, you get away with it. But if you don't, I mean, don't be like, oh, shit, what the fuck?
I don't know. I just don't. I don't feel bad.
What happens if they tell you the next day, like...
Hey, that girl? That's how she feeling right now.
She's in the bank saying that. She's in the bank saying, I'm at...
So you would not feel bad for a person going to jail?
I would. No, I would not.
You wouldn't either?
I wouldn't.
Nah.
Yeah, like, even Buddy with
that's
the bagel.
That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
To try to make that fight, like he should go to jail.
Wait, hold on.
There's a lot of people that need to go to jail that don't go to jail. There's a lot of people that are in jail that shouldn't be in jail.
Can I say that then? Was she like? What about Ariana Grande?
That was a donut. It was different.
What did she do?
What's so different about licking a donut and putting it back, and then licking ice cream and putting it back?
She is a national treasure. We must protect her at all.
Hold up,
listen, she's a baddie. She's a baddie.
That's
Don't get
nasty.
it twisted.
No,
but I'm saying, real is real. She licked.
Like everything else in this world.
She licked the donut and put it back.
There's one person that could get away with it, and there's one person that can.
Okay, but...
Oh, okay, Hav.
You didn't know that, though?
Okay, Hav. I forgot.
Motherfuckers be on that.
But you know what?
This is America, baby.
But you know what it is? Because a lot of the times what we're seeing is a video that goes viral. What we're not seeing is that, I mean, I'm not saying that these people are buying this shit, but we don't know that after the fact. I'm sure that they're going to have to come up with some type of documentation that says that they bought it and hope. I mean, like, I don't know if they did, but I'm just saying Ariana Grande could have, licked the fucking donut and then bought it right after.
She probably did. But that girl
didn't. She's raggedy.
She
Y'all raggedy as fuck for doing all of that dumb shit. And I'm moving on because we did not talk about the fucking show Euphoria, and I just remembered talking about this dumb. It's not dumb, but I think it is. Like, y'all really out here licking fucking ice cream like y'all nasty. You know now that every time I go fucking shopping, whatever it is that I buy, I'm over here like getting it from the fucking from the bag. Like, why should I have to shop like that? Like, it's very unnecessary because y'all are stank. Like, y'all are stank. Euphoria is a very good show. Just go ahead and watch it.
Highly recommend it. Yeah, go watch that thing.
I'm in.
Can you explain it a little bit?
Yeah. Do you? I got it. I got this.
You got this.
I hate doing summaries because
you got this.
I hate doing
right after she's saying I got this. I got this.
I just
hate doing it, but
it's because sometimes I don't know. Okay, anyway, okay, so it's a really good show. Zendaya is the main character, and pretty much she is coming back from having OD'd. So she's going back to school after having OD'd. Her sister pretty much found her on the floor OD'd, and because she was like super on drugs, she's going to rehab. And so you see like kind of the relationship that she has with her younger sister. You kind of see like how her mom doesn't trust her, but her mom really loves her. And then there's also a trans that's in the show, who plays a trans in the show. She's a trans actor and is a trans in the show. And you get to see different stories of, I guess, people in high school.
Yeah, so it's like kids in high school.
Like kids in high school. It's like modern day kids in high school. So you get to see kind of like how some of them are addicted to pills.
Where is it?
It's on HBO. They're not cutting the check.
Got it.
I'm not paying for it though, but
hey, I can send you the link. We ain't gonna say what the link is on here. I'm gonna need that shit to work next week.
But it's really, really interesting. I feel like it gives and then there's a very wide variety of stereotypes in the show. That's something that me and my coworkers really like express a lot about. It's funny because I put them on the show and then they all caught up, and then I didn't get to see any episodes, and then I had to catch up. So then like it's literally like we have inside jokes, and it's awesome. Love it. I'm finally being social. Well, it's with the same people that I've been social with since I've been at that job. but
it's expanded.
But it's gotten better. We've gone out of work, so it was cool. But yeah, so the show is just really good. I feel like even if you're not a student, if you're not a kid in high school, that you can still relate to it, because there's certain things that you just kind of like.
You don't about addiction, man.
Yeah, it talks about addiction, about struggling with that, about maybe you didn't have an addiction, but you had a sibling who did, or you are a mom who has a kid who is going through that, or you are a mom who has kids that are going through any of one of the things that are going on in the show, because there's so many different stories. Yeah. You get the girl who has body weight issues, and you have the one who just wants to be taken care of, then you have the one who's has a perfect life, but inside everything is horrible. You know what I like? It's so many different and I know how we watched the first episode together, and we've been watching it. It's a really good show. I really enjoy it.
I highly recommend it, man.
I'm sorry, you said.
I was saying go watch it. Like I was telling them to go watch it.
And Drake is an executive producer. It was renewed for a second season, so
that means it gotta be good, Spitz.
Yeah, and they play really good music on it.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
We've never talked about how the names of the episodes, they're names of hip hop songs.
Yeah.
So they have like Major Look,
Shook Ones, Stunt Like My Daddy.
Stunt Like My Daddy. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, they're only on 4 episodes, so yeah. 5. They're on 5.
Oh, that's hard.
So yeah, I think it's really cool, because then you start seeing the dynamic of just like those kids, like, and just those are kids just like in your high school, and not even just that they're kids. I think the interesting part is just seeing like how do we move in today's society, because it also shows how the internet has influenced a couple of things. Sorry.
Oh yeah, because it's not the same.
Yeah. It's not the same, or like
I never had to worry about that in high school.
Yeah, like it mentioned this thing about like nudes leaking. Like if your nudes get out, and like now that everybody knows, so like, and then you're the girl, so it's no longer like, yo, Monica hooked up with Tim at the party last
like
weekend.
There's footage.
Like, what? Like
on a website.
Yeah, or fucking pictures of her. You know what I mean? Like, yo, look at what this she sent me. And then old school's fucking seeing it.
That's trash.
Type shit.
I would probably fight a dude.
I want to be on that, man. Fuck that. I don't know. Ladies, y'all could. I'm not endorsing to send me nudes, but like, I mean, at least me, I don't want another man to see what I'm seeing. Like,
yeah,
that's just me though. And I guess that's my love language. You talked about that, and y'all gotta go figure that out too. What is your love language?
I'm gonna save that for next episode, because I definitely had a conversation. No, Well, because I wanted to talk about it because we have to wrap up, and I want to ask this last question. So make sure you tune in next week because we're definitely going to be talking about love languages, love language, because I talked to my mom about it. And it's funny because my mom speaks Spanish, and so to tell her like, yo, what's your love language? You have to see how the conversation went next week. So the last question that we submitted in the group chat, that is for you guys, is why do you think people have more arguments than discussions in life/online?
Yeah, but yeah, why do I think that? I mean, because you could be really tough on your keyboard and you could say what you want to say. You could, remove things, erase things, combat them a little bit. Because that's what it is, right? Like, why do people argue more online?
Well, no, I think it's in general. Like, why do people argue instead of having? I would maybe replace instead of discussion, maybe have a conversation.
Yeah, conversation. Like, why not just have a conversation? Why? I mean, damn.
But understanding how you are, for you can have a discussion and it wouldn't be because there's an argument. Yeah, because for me, hearing discussion. Remember how in the group chat it was just like, what was the word? And then I was just like, that sounds harsh. Discussion for me sounds harsh. Ownership. Right, and then I was just like, I'll take an initiative.
Which is literally the same thing.
It's literally the same exact thing. Like a discussion and a conversation are the same exact thing. But for me, I hear discussion and I'm just like, oh my God, we're about to have a debate. So, you know what I mean? So, and then, so I just wanted to point that out.
No, of course. Like, I think it's kind of a it's kind of a all about me kind of world right now. So it's kind of like listen. So it's kind of like listen to my opinion and what I have to say. So if it doesn't go the direction that I feel this discussion or conversation is going, it's going to turn into an argument, no doubt. And I've had people online basically. I'll tweet to a certain person about something, and what I'm saying to that person makes whoever's reading this in the thread mad. So they're gonna respond to me, not to have a conversation on something they don't agree with. They're gonna say what they want, insult me. you get what I'm saying? Like,
rather cleverly,
and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much where that question stemmed from, because like I was just sitting up there and I was just like, what the fuck? And I just like responded to that person like laughing, because like how she says, like I'd rather like yo, I'm not gonna take you serious, because I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you online, because it's not serious. We gotta have conversations, man. Like we need to have like a serious conversation about everything. If I'm saying something that's real and it hurts you, or like it touched you to that point where it angers you or whatever, why don't you like talk to me and like try to figure out where am I coming from with that, so I can understand where it hurts you from, or where we can have an understanding from.
A lot of people aren't built that way, and that's also
good point.
Yeah, and I also feel like it's people. That's also us expecting something. You know what I mean? Like, that's, in a way, we are expecting for that response from people, or reaction. Because for me, speaking on, of why you can't have a discussion or a conversation and it turns into an argument, for me, it's just from what I've been through, and depending on the people that I've had a conversation with, that always turn into an argument. To me, that's one of the main reasons why I kind of like shy away from a conversation, because to me, I always feel like that's what's going to happen. And that's a bad thing that I do. That's a very toxic thing that I do, because I shut off very quickly, because it's just like, I don't want to fight with you because somebody that I am very close with, it always happens this way. I'm having a conversation with this person and it turns into an argument because I'm coming from a certain place and this person doesn't see it from that place. So then they get angry at me and then it turns into an argument. So now we're going back and forth and we're hurting each other and then it's just a huge argument. And so for me, that's like a mechanism when it comes to on social media. When I feel like I'm being attacked, I just let it go. I don't argue with it. I don't even try to have a conversation about it because I don't want it to turn into an argument. There's times where like I even hold back about what I'm going to tweet about because I'm like, oh shit, someone's going to argue with me about this. And I don't want to argue with anybody at all. Arguing for me, like, man, it's so insane how much I despise it. Arguing.
It's energy draining, to be honest with you. People don't even understand that. Like, they don't even realize, like, after they're done online with all that toxic energy arguing with people for nothing, they go to sleep and they're so tired in the morning when they wake up and stuff like that.
They're
and
miserable.
Yeah, well, the mind is, so heavy on your head, you know what I'm saying? And to the point where it's like doing all of that is just contributing to the heaviness on your head. So when you waking up, like, yeah, your body is tired and stuff like that because your mind is so strained from sitting up there online arguing. Bro, you're arguing about nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care how much you give a fuck. It still kind of affects you in some way,
Yeah.
Even if you're always getting the one up on someone, it's still affecting you in some way.
You think you're getting the one up on somebody.
But you know what's sad?
Ding, ding, ding.
Is that I feel like sometimes some of the people that argue online, the reason why they are arguing online is because they're trying to escape the reality of what the conversations they can't have in person.
Valid.
They're putting that out into social media and then the arguing. And a lot of the thing is that there's certain things that you may be ready to argue about or have a discussion about, but that doesn't necessarily mean that somebody else is willing to have the same energy with you. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so much when it comes to like social media and things like that. And I just feel like if we start with one another as humans, which is one of the reasons why, like, I don't want to ever have to argue with you guys. I just want to have conversations with you guys. Because if I can't have a conversation with you guys, how the fuck are we going to get to the next level? Like, right. in general, in a company, in the podcast and everything, like, we can't. It's not going to happen. So that's why it's so important. And I would love for the listeners to know that we try to practice having very healthy conversations or a mediator or someone who's going to be there that is going to make sure that the discussion, using Spitz is, the discussion, because sometimes, that is the word that needs to be used. Sometimes that does need to happen. And if you're going to go into arguing, imagine how you're going to go with the rest of the world, with people that you trust, that you work with. You know what I mean?
There's some people that can't even have a discussion there because they're just so bent on arguing and proving that they're right. So you come to someone that you care about and you want to have a discussion, but that person always puts up a defense, and then they get in their bag and basically they just try to justify every single part of their actions rather than hearing what you're trying to say or what you're trying to convey. Maybe you're trying to give them constructive criticism, but they're just completely taking it the other way and saying, well, I do this way because that's the way, like, only if you knew my way type of thing.
Yeah. So
just in the same way, like, are you saying, like, Claudia is someone, she doesn't want to debate. When we start debating about like sports, like me and Spitz could talk for days about any debate. I'm trying to think of a good basketball debate that we really would do. Well, Eddie, this is actually a good one. Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle. We debate that all the time. I fall into Dave Chappelle, but he was
unfortunately he falls in Dave Chappelle.
He's in my era, so he could have picked anyone. You know what I mean? He could have picked anyone, and I'll just say, nah, they're not better than Dave. You know what I mean? They ain't Chappelle. You know what I mean? So, what was my point on that? So
I don't like to debate.
So she doesn't like to debate. So in that same way, basically, there's someone that loves to debate. You know what I mean? Or just loves to fucking put up a fight or be that objective voice. that be that person on the thread to now look at it a completely different other way. Now everybody's like, oh shit, I didn't see it in that whole negative bad energy light. Let's hop on it, you know?
Or they're like, you know how it's like a fight going on and stuff like that, and your friends are fighting and stuff like that, and you're like, oh shit, and you run over there and you're just like, yo, you're just finding somebody to fucking punch. Like that's them in the thread, you know? They're like, yo, oh my god, it's a war going on. Where am I gonna fucking start shooting and bombing?
How can
you know
I
what I'm
get the
saying?
most retweets?
Facts. That right there is
that's
something
number one thing.
that is real. People just want to go into the threads and to have people, you know, retweet shit. You know, they write these long ass paragraphs and they go get like a audience of Oscar winning, you know what I'm saying, nominations and shit. They're like, yo, this motherfucker needs a Nobel Peace Prize.
We have a button for that.
Oh, my fault.
No, well, you're doing it.
But you're doing it. You guys are. This has to be one of the best episodes that we've had.
Thanks.
Write it down. If Clyde says it was good, that means it was good, right?
Stop.
If it gets the cosign, I feel good.
All right.
Usually she got notes for us like, yo, you guys got to stop. Like,
no.
it's not working for me.
Chilly chill.
Okay, so I'm trying to see. I think we covered everything that I wanted to talk about. We got the questions off. We did talk about, there's new music real quick. And then we're finishing.
Real quick, because it's still a hip hop podcast.
Yes. Okay.
That's trying to uplift you, empower women.
Believe that.
Yes. Okay. So, the soundtrack for The Lion King came out. Well, the one that Beyonce executive produced, wrote, is on. Blue Ivy is on it. There's a lot of really, really good songs. There's a lot of South African artists that made it to the album.
Talk about Buddy, who was like he did a tweet. He was basically like,
oh yes, that he was a producer. Like he left Nigeria for like last year with just his keyboard, and then now he's writing songs and producing songs with Beyonce.
Yeah, almost a year ago, a South African kid left home with a suitcase and a keyboard. A year later, that same African kid, he was given the opportunity to produce a song for Beyonce.
Yeah,
that kid is me, and I'm humbled. I'm doing.
There's
a comma there, so I was like letting it breathe.
Let it breathe, bitch.
Let it breathe.
Breathe. My homegirl told me that her daughter, something happened to her, and that her daughter said, "Too bad, bitch."
Too bad, bitch. That's kind of funny.
Her daughter is 2.
Oh shit, she can't get slapped.
That shit was funny.
You can't hit her or nothing.
As fuck. She said that she tried so hard not to laugh. I couldn't be a mother because I'd be dying laughing.
I was just gonna say I would laugh.
Continuing on with what I was saying. What was I talking about?
Music.
Oh, music. Yes. Okay. So Beyonce. So it was executive produced by her. St. John is on the project. Jesse Reyes is on the project, as well as 070 Shake. You have Burna Boy. You have Mr. Easy. There's a lot of people. Oh, Kendrick Lamar is on it. So is Blue Ivy, which is Jay-Z and Beyonce's daughter. Jay-Z is also on the project. Whew. It's a long list. Let me look at it real quick.
You got Jay-Z, Childish Gambino, of course. Then also Donald Glover makes an appearance. St. John's is on it with WizKid.
Yeah.
Pharrell got one in. With Beyonce too. I like these whole little things, like they got the Mufasa things and like these interlude. Oh wow, that's gonna be fucking hard. 070 Shake.
That
with
one
Jesse Reyes
is one of the best songs on the project.
The 07.
Yeah, because first of all, they're 2 Latinas, so shout out to them for being the 2 Latinas on the project.
This is 27. Wow, this is crazy though.
But you know,
sorry, real quick about cinema. This definitely was part of the negotiations.
Oh yeah, no, it's funny because there's a meme that says that Disney was just like, oh no, we already have a soundtrack. For The Lion King. We're just gonna use the songs from the version, right? And then Beyonce was just like, no, I got the soundtrack. That's what they said that Beyonce did.
I got this.
You don't think that they asked her? I would definitely. If Beyonce's in my fucking movie, I'm asking her to do the soundtrack. And it's bomb. It just sounds it's beautiful. Like all of the songs and all the interludes and all of the stuff, it just flows very well. Another project that dropped was Willow. Nas dropped. You wanted to talk about this Lost Tapes too? Just talk your shit real quick about that.
damn it, Claudia. I want to listen to it more, but man, I don't know.
I put you on the spot.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm just thinking, because how did this happen? I'm over here. Lost Tapes 1 was my thing. I think I just need more time with it. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. I just been like, it's just that, you know, when you listen to a rapper so much that like you kind of know, like, and they say some of the bars that they say, but kind of like remix it. Oh, I feel like I've been noticing that like a lot, and I was just like, nah, come on, man.
I started noticing that with Wayne. Yeah, so I know what you're talking about. Like,
yeah.
And Gibbs, but okay. So in the same way, so Freddie Gibbs basically did his album, which was great, and his whole thing, he kind of has a couple subject matters, right? I had to start drugs because no label was investing in me. Fucking I you know, gunslinger, dope man type thing, and you know, like no one's, what was the other thing, like like no one's checking for him basically. So those like themes will come up again and again and again and on the album, but I didn't mind it. You know, like, it was cool. It was good, you know, like, because it was something similar, but still freaked it in a different way. So I was like, I was game for it. And that project is great. You know, Bandana, him and Madlib did. But I don't know why. With this Nas one, I was just like, come on, man. I know that bar, man. I heard you spit that one.
It was flipped.
It was just a little flip. And he's done that a couple of times, you know, and I don't knock it.
Cass did the same thing, as well as, like I just said, Wayne, you feel me? Like, artists, you know, they do those things, but maybe do you think it's the beat selection? Maybe?
I think probably mainly it is. I've been dying to that Swizz one. I'm still not there yet. I think the beats are not it, and that's what I really liked about the first one, too. There was a couple of songs that I just heard the beat, and I was like, I know I like this one. You know what I mean? Because I already knew what Nas was going to kind of do on it and type of, well, not new, but like I just kind of like felt it. You felt it a little different. It's just not hitting me like how the first one did, and I didn't hear the first one. And I'm not trying to compare it. I'm just also seeing it as an album because it's supposed to be the album that was better than what he did with when he did the one with Kanye. Which one was that one called? Is that called Nasir?
That was called
no,
it wasn't called Nasir.
What is this? Something?
Actually,
something
it was
for the kids.
It was called Nasir, right?
Yeah. No, Nasir is a different album of his.
He does have an album called Nasir.
No, it was something about kids or Don't Shoot the Kids or something.
It is Nasir. The first song is called Cop Shot the Kid. That's what you're saying.
But the name of the album is Nasir? Oh, wow. I only heard like the first song because I listened to the soundtrack a lot. I listened to it a couple of times. But then I haven't stopped listening to Ari Lennox. I haven't stopped listening to the Bad Bunny and J Balvin album Oasis at all. Like, I can't stop listening to it.
Maybe it's better in the second half, you know. But what I listened to, I was like, I want to go back to Freddie Gibbs, basically.
Oh, the Freddie Gibbs project is really good.
I want to go back to
That's a really good project. And then another one that I've been going back to is the Revenge of the Nerds 3.
The
Dreamers, my bad.
Revenge of the Nerds.
It's about that time. I think we're over our time.
No, yeah, we're going to have to call the Ambition 2 hours.
It's about to be that, and your girl. Well, we're gonna go ahead and close this before I keep disclosing information that I shouldn't. I've already said enough today in today's episode. Shout out to everybody who has listened to the show. If you have not already subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you press the little bell on the side.
Like that.
That way you get notified each and every single time that we drop a new song, a new podcast, and a new video. Boys, you guys want to say bye to the people?
Bye. Bye. Like, subscribe, comment.
Same time next week, knuckleheads.
Big fat.
I'm trying something.
We gonna get this. I promise. It's your girl Adi 3000 with Hav and Spitz. This is WTW TV, WTW Radio. This is WTW Records. This is WTW Saturdays.
Dub T, the place to be.
Out.